My sister called my 14-year-old daughter ungrateful because she didn't want to serve drinks at her party. Mom just smiled and said, she should remember her place. I took my daughter's hand and left without a word. Later that night, I logged in and canceled every payment I'd been making for them. Within weeks, my sister lost her lease, Mom's card stopped working, and they finally understood that silence was my answer. It started the way every quiet disaster begins, with laughter that didn't feel real. Leah's birthday party was loud, bright, and expensive, the kind where everyone smiled too much. My daughter Emily sat quietly at the corner of the table, scrolling through her phone. She'd been helping all day, setting up decorations, folding napkins, while Leah soaked up compliments. Then Leah snapped her fingers at her. "Emily, go get the drinks from the fridge. You're not doing anything." Emily blinked, confused. "I'm tired, Aunt Leah. Can't you ask someone else?" Leah's smile turned sharp. "Wow, 14 and already acting spoiled. You're just like your father, ungrateful trash." The word trash hit harder than it should have. I looked up slowly, waiting for Mom to say something. She didn't. She just smirked and said, "She should remember her place." I stood up without a word, took Emily's hand, and walked out. No yelling, no scene, just silence so heavy it filled the room behind us. That night, I tucked Emily in. She whispered, "Dad, did I do something wrong?" I said quietly, "No, sweetheart. You just reminded them they can't control us anymore." After she slept, I sat at the kitchen table with my laptop glowing in the dark. My fingers moved automatically, logging in, canceling, deleting. I'd been paying Mom's utilities, Leah's lease, their credit card auto payments, everything they took for granted. One click after another, it was over. Years of being their safety net disappeared with a password reset. It didn't feel like revenge. It felt like breathing again after being underwater too long. My name's Adam, 36. People say I'm quiet, but quiet doesn't mean weak. It means I learned early that my words didn't matter. I was the son who stayed home when Dad left, the one who helped out while Leah chased dreams she never earned. Mom always said Leah was made for more. I guess that made me made for less. I was the one who fixed things, who showed up, who paid. And somehow, I was still the disappointment. For years, I told myself that was love, that being dependable meant being good. But love shouldn't feel like servitude. It shouldn't humiliate your child just to protect your pride. That night changed everything. Not because they insulted Emily, but because I saw myself in her eyes. The confusion, the quiet hurt, the wish that someone would defend her. I'd spent my whole life wishing the same thing. Leah's 31. A perfectionist when people are watching, a bully when they're not. Her husband, Ryan, doesn't argue. He just drinks. Mom, Janet, runs the family like a board meeting. Her smile hides 100 rules you're never allowed to question. She raised us on guilt. If you didn't agree, you were ungrateful. If you wanted distance, you were selfish. If you said no, you owed her more. For years, I obeyed. Until I had Emily and realized I didn't want her to grow up learning that love means silence. At that dinner, I saw all of it again. Leah snapping, Mom approving, everyone pretending it was normal. They had built a kingdom out of manipulation. And I'd been paying the rent. 2 weeks before that night, Mom had called asking me to send Leah a little help because her boutique was struggling. I transferred the money without thinking, like I always did. When I told her Emily needed braces and I'd be short this month, Mom sighed. "Don't use your kid as an excuse, Adam. Family first." Those 2 words, family first, were her favorite weapon. She never realized she only said them when she wanted something. So when Leah called Emily trash, I felt every unpaid favor, every quiet insult, every time I'd been treated like their wallet. That was the night the last thread snapped. The next morning, the silence felt strange. I made breakfast, checked my phone, missed calls from Mom, then Leah, then Mom again. By noon, there were voicemails, dramatic ones. "Adam, what's going on? My card declined at the store." You better fix this or Leah will lose her car. You're ruining this family. I sat with Emily, sipping coffee while she ate cereal. Are you going to call them back? She asked. I smiled. No. Sometimes silence says everything. She nodded slowly, like she was learning a lesson I never got at her age. When I was 20, Leah dropped out of college. Mom said she needed support, so I quit my own classes to work full-time. I told myself it was temporary. 10 years later, I was still paying her bills. One Christmas, Leah gave me a mug that said, "World's Best Brother." Mom clapped like it was a grand gesture. I looked at the $40 I'd spent on her emergency loan that week and smiled anyway. That's who I was, the brother who said nothing, until now. The truth is, I'd been conditioned to disappear. You can't unlearn that overnight. But when Emily's voice trembled that night asking, "Why would they call me trash?" something in me decided never again. Leah called days later, voice shaking with fake tears. "You can't just leave us like this, Adam. You're family." "You said that word like it means something," I said calmly. "You're cruel," she snapped. "Mom raised you better." I almost laughed. "No, Leah, she raised me quieter." She hung up. 5 minutes later, Mom called. "After everything we've done for you, this is how you repay us?" I took a deep breath. "You didn't do things for me, Mom. You did them to me." The silence on the other end was almost peaceful. A week passed before Ryan, Leah's husband, texted, "Adam." I didn't know she said that to Emily. "I'm sorry." I didn't reply right away. He sent another message. "She told your mom you called her names. She lies a lot. I can't stop her anymore." I sat there reading it over and over. For the first time, someone admitted what I already knew, that my family's version of truth was just a weapon. I didn't feel angry, just tired. Tired of pretending we were a family worth saving. Mom showed up at my house 2 weeks later. She looked smaller, like the weight of her own pride had started to crush her. She didn't knock. She just stood there on the porch holding a grocery bag, pretending it was a peace offering. "I didn't know Leah said that to your daughter," she whispered. "I didn't invite her in." "I just wanted to fix this," she said. "You've changed, Adam." I looked at her for a long time before answering. "No, Mom. I just stopped pretending." Her eyes glistened. "We're still family." I nodded slowly. "Then maybe you should start acting like it." She left without saying goodbye. That was the last time I saw her face in person. Now, the silence feels different. Peaceful. Emily hums while doing homework, and the house finally sounds like home instead of an obligation. Sometimes she asks, "Do you miss them?" I tell her the truth. I miss the idea of them, not who they really are. Because that's what hurts most. Realizing the family you protected was never protecting you. I still get calls, still see Leah posting online about how I abandoned them. I scroll past it, because I don't owe explanations to people who only listened when I was paying. If you've ever been the one who gave too much, the one who stayed quiet so everyone else could be comfortable, I get it. If you've ever walked out not because you stopped caring, but because caring was killing you, I get that too. I used to think silence was weakness, but now I know it's strength. Because when the people who broke you finally start listening, it's already too late. So tell me, if you were in my place, would you forgive them? Or would you walk away forever? Your answer matters more than you think.